You're watching ManUtd VanCam.
This is VanCam, this is VanCam you waited for. Happy New Year, Steve! All the best. Not bad. Cause inside it is wiggly 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 whack. Bit of crisscross from the 90s. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and you are very welcome to this week's edition, the first of 2020. It's the ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. Hope you had a great Christmas. Happy bastard New Year to the lot of you. All the best for 2020. Thanks very much to everybody who got involved in the last video, which was just before Christmas, so it was a good few weeks ago. And I thought, you know what? Let's just bring it back with a bang this week. Let's get all that shit. There's been loads of football played since I last spoke to you, but there's no point going over all that shit. Yes, the Arsenal result. I was fuming, man. I can't stand getting beat by them showery dickheads. And obviously, them other blue-nosed knobheads beaten by Man City in the Carabao Cup 3-1. And it could have been a hell of a lot more embarrassing. I come away from it thinking, shit. Shit. At half-time, I'm thinking, this is going to be one of them games, man. This could be 6 or 7. All the positives I can take out of that is the second half performance. At least we did something and it wasn't as embarrassing as it could have been. Yes, City missed a shitload of chances. The goal, depending whether you're a glass half empty, half full kind of guy, the goal kind of keeps us in it. I know Solskjaer has touched on we need to look in the memory bank back to what we did against PSG. For me, Man City are a different animal, and to be going away to the Etihad, it's going to be tough. It's a mountain to climb. We have nobody to blame but ourselves. And Solskjaer, I think, tactically, he got it absolutely wrong against Man City. I think because we've already beat him at the Etihad, that one was fresh in the mind. I think he thought, I'll just go out and we'll do the same thing. We'll try and counter-attack, use the pace. And for me, that's where Guardiola has showed his experience as a top-class manager to say, no, they didn't even play a striker. They didn't even have a striker in the 11. They played a false number 9 and it worked. Yes, it worked. Pissed me right off, man. They had Aguero and Jesus running up and down the line, warming up through the game. 2 players that would walk straight into Manchester United's team. I'm not blaming Solskjaer entirely because the squad, the depth, the absolute fuckery shit that's going on at Man United from top to bottom. How can you blame Solskjaer? The buck always seems to stop with him. Look up in the stand when it was 3-0. Yeah? You've got Ed Woodward with the look of thunder on his face. Well, pull your finger out, you shithouse. Get something done. Where's this director of football? Yeah? We've been promised that for what? 7, 8 months. Yeah, we're going to sort that out. We'll get one in Van der Sar. We'll have a word with Rio Ferdinand, Darren Fletcher. Nothing to help Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the recruitment side of things. The club from top to bottom is just an absolute shambles, but we're still only 5 points behind Chelsea in the Premier League. Positivity, that's what we've got to look at. We have to look at it that way. We'll have all the usual segments coming up. We've got CockStroker of the week. We've got the BIG VanCam Debate. I might have time to look at a few comments. I don't know at the minute. I'm just seeing how my day goes. But the first thing we might as well delve into, with the Manchester derby fresh in my mind, with me still pissed off, with me still searching for answers. Yeah, I'm asking myself questions. You must be insane to ask yourself questions. Yeah? But that's what Man United do to me. And at the minute, when I watched United against Manchester City, there was one performance in particular, and it wasn't Jesse Lingard, even though it was dog shit. I'm talking about that useless piece of shit at the back. And I've done it a few times on this show, so we're bringing it in again. It's time to have a look at the weird and wonderful life of a man called Phil Jones. This is Phil Jones Watch. Phil fucking Jones, as I call him. What an absolute disgrace of a professional footballer, man. How did he ever make it as a professional footballer. This is a guy who slide tackles with his head. Yeah, jumps in with his head. Yeah, Kev, he's heroic. He's not heroic, he's just an absolute dickhead. Who does that? And against Man City, I have never felt so nervous watching a game of football when a certain player got the ball. And in this particular game, it was Phil fucking Jones. Every time he got the... What's all this waving when he's got the ball? Telling people to run off him. It's because he's absolute shit. His confidence is shot to pieces. He's nearly been at United for 10 years. The guy should be nearly getting a testimonial. Nearly getting a testimonial. And he has done absolute fuck all in a Manchester United shirt. Absolute nothing. You cannot play him with anybody. Everybody goes to pot. If you put him in the back, you cannot pair him up with anyone. He's too unpredictable. Lindelof, yeah, didn't have his greatest game, but again, it shows how much we miss Harry Maguire. You get some people, we overpaid for him, 80 million and that. You put Harry Maguire next to anyone and he'll make him look good. But Phil fucking Jones. I'm lost for words, man. If there's anyone out there who wants to challenge me and say, Kev, you know, give him time and all that, he's a young lad. Is he balls? He's finished. And like Jesse Lingard against Manchester City, the one thing I know after that game is that them two are just finished. There is no place for them in that starting 11 at Man United. Apologies to Phil Jones if you're watching. Since I last spoke to you, transfer news, we were debating in the last VanCam, which was before Christmas, about Haaland. Would you have him at United? Would you not? Yes, he's gone to Dortmund. Of course he has. But when I looked into this one, it does seem that the agent wanted to put a release clause in, wanted a shitload of money, like 20 million and all that. So have a couple of them, you tits. Yeah, there's no doubt Haaland would have made Man United better. Anyone would make... Emil Heskey would make Man United good at the minute. Peter Crouch, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But Haaland, yeah, disappointed to miss out on him, but he's 19 years old. We all know that agent, and he's obviously, he's planting him there for a season, 2 seasons. He moves on to big and better things. It's just a shame because Man United could really do with him at the moment. The other one, which is a bit of a what would you say, strange one, Ashley Young, right? Ashley Young is being linked with Inter Milan. Apparently he's in talks, all that kind of shit's going on. How are you doing, Inter Milan? Yeah, we want you. Yeah, I might as well go. And then Man United decide to offer him a 1-year contract, which he's turned down. Now, I don't know what kind of what is this mindset to be offering Ashley Young a 1-year contract? Yeah, we've got all these youthful players coming through, things are looking good. You know, Wan-Bissaka covers the right, we've got Williams and Shaw on the left. Yes, he's a good squad player. I am not knocking Ashley Young for what he's done in the past. He's been a great servant. I won't say he's a great captain. I don't know why he was ever given the armband. He was obviously one of the more senior players, but to me that would be like now giving Nemanja Matic an extra 2-year contract. Players like that, you know, matter. You can see they're coming to an end. The legs are going, and yes, thank you for what you've done in the past and all that, but United need to be looking to the future now. There needs to be clear daylight as to what the bigger picture is and the plan. I've still got faith in Solskjaer. There's people, I'd say a lot of people now are asking big questions about Solskjaer. Some of them probably lost it over Christmas and thought, let's bring Poch in now. He's waiting, let's bring him in. But for me, I just think if you bring in any manager at this moment of time, with the players that we have got, the shit that we've been left from previous regimes, how could you get a tune out of them? How do you motivate Jesse Lingard, who fucks around on social media and all that? I've got a clothing line, all this shit. How do you motivate Phil Jones? What great manager could come in and say to Phil Jones, you, my friend, are the next Franz Beckenbauer, yeah? Franco Baresi, Paolo Maldini, you have got it all, yeah? Because it's just not going to happen. Solskjaer can only work with the tools that he's got. And if United don't sign anyone in January, Don't be giving Solskjaer shit. Look higher. Woodward, Glazers, they're the fuckers that you need to be shouting and saying out, 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 not Ollie. Right, next we're going to go into a segment called CockStroker of the Week. I should have put the Glazers as one, Woodward as two. I didn't. It's been too easy to do that. So I did a bit of extensive research, found 5 CockStrokers, put them into some kind of order, and found the ultimate 2020 first one of this year, CockStroker of the Week. For your pleasure, spat them, enjoy.
CockStroker of the Week.
Stalagmites, stalactites. It's one of them, I think I got it right. How are you doing? This is the thing that we all know as CockStroker of the Week. This is the first one of 2020. Who's going to get it? There's only one way to find out, and I'll run you through it. This week I have compiled a top 5. Yes, 5 absolute bellends to choose from. Only one can take home the prestigious award that nobody wants. Nobody wants it, man. Yeah, of course. Number 5 coming in this week, and a big thank you to VanCam regular David Birtwhistle, who pointing me in the direction of our ex-deluded dickhead of a manager, David Moyes, ex-manager. I did say that, didn't I? Of course I did, man. David Moyes, full of horse shit. Us as United fans know all that shit he used to say. At least we tried. We showed great character and all that. Yeah, but we were shit. Absolute dog shit under you, mate. And the fuckery has started again. He's obviously taken over at West Ham. And in one of his first post-match interviews, he comes out with this. Sit down. Wait for it. David Moyes. Put it that way. That's what I do. I win. Oh God, I do not miss that gingerhead dickhead. Honestly, that's what I do. I win. He wins. What did you do at United? Sign Marwan Fellaini, you tit. Coming in at number 4, it is that bitter blue bellend Liam in the sunshine Gallagher. That's because Liam Gallagher was interviewed before the Manchester derby in the Carabao Cup. And yeah, I'll just read it out. He comes out and says, "It's United. I look at United scores before City's. If they get beat, I'm not fucking arsed. Tell me later what score City is, how many goals we won. As long as United are fucked, I'm happy." So I thought, it's the most bitter thing I've ever heard in my life, Liam Dickhead Gallagher. And he went on to actually back that up by saying, and I know it's wrong and it's bitter and all that. It is. It's extremely bitter. I could never ever imagine looking out for City's results before my own team, yeah? Sport Man United. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Number 3 this week is our very own Jesse Lingard. Apart from being really shit at football, not scoring for about 7 years or assisting or doing absolutely anything apart from selling shit online and raising the profile of his social media status. Yeah, take your eye off the ball, mate, and you snookered. Take that from me. But Jesse Lingard this week announced that he would be teaming up with super agent, that fat fucking four-eyed shit-face, sorry for swearing, Mino Raiola, basically the super agent. He's in with Pogba, he was in with Zlatan. Man United have had so many problems with this four-eyed fuckdog that they basically will not do anything with him anymore. That's the way I'm looking at it. They do not want to deal with him. They don't want anything to do with him. So Jesse Lingard this week announcing that he's going to team up with him can only mean one thing. Jesse Lingard's desperate, man. He wants to get out United and he thinks this four-eyed fool can get him out of United. So good luck to him. If Mino Raiola can get Jesse Lingard a club, then he is the greatest super agent. I have got no qualms about that, man. Yeah? But Jesse Lingard, man, to get ripped off in the Manchester derby as well at half-time for being really shit. The week that he announces that he's teaming up with Mino Raiola, who does he think he is, man? What a tit. Right, itchy neck. Number 2 this week is going to the PFA, the FA, the Football Association, whatever it is. In 2017, the PFA announced that they would be cutting all ties with gambling firms. So Ladbrokes, everybody was struck off. We don't want anything to do with it, man. It's an epidemic. It's a problem. People suffer from mental illness. Gambling ruins lives. So it was a nice move. They did it. Now, what they failed to actually tell us was that Bet365's deal with the PFA is still running. So why have they not cut ties with them? And this come to light last week. The FA Cup games was streamed through Bet365's website. Now, it seems all right. Oh, yeah, but if you're a gambler, you've got to log on to a gambling website to watch the FA Cup games. Bet365. So, all right then, I'll log in. Bit of temptation, but at least I can watch the game. No. To watch that game, or the selection of games that they had, I think there was 19 different games. Let's have a look. It doesn't really matter anyway, does it? You had to deposit £5 in Bet365 or place a bet. So in theory, man, this would be like Wetherspoons taking the television rights and saying you have to come to Wetherspoons to watch the match, and you have to buy a couple of pints as well. So as an ex-alcoholic, that's going to be tempting. As somebody who doesn't drink, it's not tempting. Don't know when. Yeah, I think that was good, that. Yeah, see what I did there? The PFA are getting number 2 this week, saying that they've cut all ties with gambling firms, but they're letting Bet365 stream the games, but you had to basically place a bet. Struggling here, man. First one of the year. And now I have the absolute joyful task of informing you lot of who has taken on CockStroker of the week, the first one of 2020. This week's winner, it's not Saeed, it is Neil Shipley, ex-footballer, ex-Premier League striker. Thank you very much to Jade Adams for sending this through. He gets all the credit for this because this is one that slipped me by. But when I seen it, I was like, holy shit, we've got an actual CockStroker, but it's got a serious side to it. Neil Shipley sentenced for public masturbation. A former Premier League striker who masturbated in front of a mother and her 16-year-old daughter has been given a 12-month community order. Community order? Why? Because he used to be a Premier League footballer. Community order. I tell you what, if that was Disco Dave or Steve, I'm not saying they've ever done that, but if they did it, they'd lock them up. They'd probably throw away the key as well, once they looked into the past and seen the amount of shit that them two have been up to. But yeah, honestly, man, masturbating in front of a mother and a 16-year-old daughter. Very, very well worthy of CockStroker of the week, the first one of 2020. If you've got a nomination, you want to send it in, just do it, man. All the ways of getting in touch with me, don't know why I'm pointing my finger up because they're not even up there. It'll be at the end of the video, so thank you, please.
CockStroker of the week.
So there's your dose of CockStroker of the week. Next, we fly straight into a thing called the BIG VanCam Debate. There will be a question set, there'll be a poll, so get involved, otherwise there's no point in doing it.
For BIG VanCam Debate.
Running around. This is the BIG VanCam Debate. Now, the last one I did was a couple of weeks ago, the day that I finished for Christmas. What a time I had. Anyway, it was on Haaland at the time, and the big news had broken that day that he was on an aeroplane, he was on his way to Manchester, which I informed you about, and I did sort of say it a bit tongue-in-cheek and sort of looked as if to say, yeah, I've heard this one before, this bullshit. And it turns out, obviously, he's gone to Dortmund. United didn't want to put a release clause in and all that. It's fine. We move on. Haaland, anyway, the question was, should Man United sign Haaland? Which, in hindsight now, was a great old question, wasn't it? Yeah. But anyway, 93% said yes. The 6 that said no are obviously knew something that I didn't know. They're obviously on some ITK account, you know, checking out the proper news, where I'm following Sky Sports news and all that dog shit news, and listening to him saying he's on an aeroplane, he's flying over, he's a balls man. He never, yeah, he just didn't. He's gone to Dortmund anyway. So that was last week's poll. So that leaves me to deliver a question for this week. It's a poll. You get involved up here, there'll be an eye, you click on it, you get involved. This question is dirty. Not in that way, you dirty dog. What I mean is you're probably going to have a shower or a bath, some kind of therapy after it. Maybe a bit of both, therapy in the bath. Whatever. This week, I am asking the question, what would you rather prefer? Liverpool to win the Premier League. Liverpool to win the Premier League, or Manchester City to win the treble. Can you believe that I've even just asked that question? I ask it because I'm putting you in a horrible position. There is no sitting up on the fence, okay? Liverpool win the Premier League, or Manchester City win the treble. Now, by this, I mean, if you go with the treble, Man City, they win the treble. Obviously, Liverpool do not win the league. Do you see what I did there? And this is the reason that you're probably, as a United fan, gonna have to have a shower or a bath and a long, hard look in the mirror after you make your decision. Make a decision. Think about it. Could you put up with them dirty, rotten, shit-faced, scouse, bin-dipping bastards winning a Premier League title, their first ever one, just so that Man City didn't win the treble? Because that's obviously the thing, that's our thing. Nobody else has ever done it in English football. Or would you rather see Man City equal that honour just to stop the bin dippers not, I don't know why I'm pointing there because there's nobody there, winning that Premier League title? Could you deal with it? It's a horrible situation to put you in, but I've had to go and do it. It's the first one of 2020. So head up to the shower, shower yourself after you've made a decision.
The Big VanCam Debate.
Apologies for that. We should be easing our way into the year, and then Kev drops an absolute shite horse of a question like that. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to attack it. Give me reasons why you voted and all that in the comment section. It's down below. That's what all the YouTubers say, yeah? Right, I don't know why I'm getting the iPad. Next up, we're going to do a very, very brief, quick look at the VanCam Fantasy Football League. There is VanCam merch on offer, yeah? So that's why it is becoming so interesting at the top. And obviously we'll address who is going to get the wooden spoon, who's bottom of the league as well. Let's run the VanCam Fantasy Football League update.
And he painted matched up men and matched up cats and dogs.
Things are getting as hot as the sun in the VanCam Fantasy Football League. There's been movers, there's been shakers, there's been... yeah, things are happening anyway. And the VanCam Fantasy League, I've got the top 10 places. ManUtd VanCam, that's me. I am in 9th place. I've had up and down over Christmas, but I'm happy to be in the top 10. Louis Clarkson, who was top briefly around Christmas time before that, has dropped down to 6th place. What's going on, Sunshine? You need to get your ass, I don't know why I'm pointing at the head, your ass in gear, mate. You must have made some shocking changes over the Christmas break. Simon Williams is rocking top spot on 1,257 points. Paul Johnson not far behind in 2nd place. It really, really is getting interesting. Who's bottom? Who's bottom? Luke Szyminski. He's not bottom because he tweeted me and said, guess who isn't in last place anymore? Don't call it a comeback, yeah? Luke Szyminski. What a Christmas he's had. He's off bottom. He's into 60th place out of 61 people. Do you know what I mean? If you're happy with that, Sunshine, yeah, it's relegation form, man. You're going to get relegated. Moz Fitz is bottom now on 900 points. It really is getting interesting. Make sure you do your changes for this week. I know you will. Let's have a quick look at Kev's team. Kev's team, where is it? Help me out here. There you are. Some dodgy pictures there, man, I was flicking through. Yes. Harry Kane is the big injury problem for Big Kev over this weekend. So he'll be getting ripped out, be using my free transfer on that. Harry Kane's out until April. It's now up to me to make the managerial decision and decide, do I bring in Vardy or Rashford or someone else? I'm not going to tell you, of course I'm not. But make sure you do your changes. We'll update that and let you know how it's all going next week after this week's round of games.
He painted kids on the corner of the street that were sparking clogs.
Okay, so sadly, we have come to the end of the first VanCam of 2020. Thanks everybody for watching. What I want to do now, I usually do your comments. I'm not going to have time to do it, but it is only right. Now, the last VanCam I did was just before Christmas. The generosity shown by the VanCam community via the super chat button was absolutely off the scale. Honestly, I went out that night and I was just like, Do you know what I mean? I was buying pints, I had a kebab on the way home. Thank you very much. I tell a lie, I actually took the family for a meal. Kids were obviously drinking water because I was on the San Miguel. It's about $5 a pint there. So, but what I want to say is John Vallandigham was in there, $50 US, said Merry Christmas from the whole Vallandigham family. Thank you very much to you, mate. Gungshi, who's always in there, said down with that kind of nonsense. Merry Christmas, Kev, and everyone who follows VanCam. So a nice little touch, you know, wishing everybody else a Merry Christmas as well. Robert Ingram, $19.99 into the pot. Now you can buy a garden gnome. Happy holidays, Kev. Yeah. What, a garden gnome? Oh, he's crazy, that lad. Alex Rudd, $1.49 in, and a picture of a pumpkin or a melon or whatever. He's crackers as well. Zach Maria said happy holidays, $4.99 in there. Gungshi again. I don't know where he gets this money from, man. Have a great Christmas, Kevin. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And then the last one, I've had a few of these where people say, can I have your PayPal address? And I always think it's going to be that George Akadegwengo, you know, I just need your sort code and account number. No, mate. Anyway, thought, right, give it out. And I'm thinking, a £5, you know, get yourself a pint, Kev. It rattled in. Now, this person doesn't or didn't want to be named, which I've respected, but there's the transaction, 50 English pounds. And there was a comment at the bottom, which obviously I can read out. It said, keep up the great work and stop bullying people, in reference to me being accused of bullying Saeed. Bullying, yeah, bullying. Right, have a top weekend. It's been hard work getting back into this, well, into work and, you know, the VanCam shit. If you've got anything you want to send in, hang around. I'll give out me Twitter, me Instagram, plenty of fish and all that shit. But thanks very much for joining me for the first one of 2020. And yeah, that's about it. Like I say, overwhelmed by the generosity shown before Christmas. Thank you very much. I had a great Christmas, was in Wales for New Year, Tallyacre Bay or something. Bit of Father Ted-ish, you know, the caravan, bit bigger than that, not like Graham Norton dancing around in that thing. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, man, and it's good to be back and getting into it. United play Norwich on Saturday. If we cannot beat these, I'm giving up. I'm not. I'll be there. I'm not one of these part-time shithouse fans who just comes out the ground roaring, you know, what the fuck's going on and all that. Yeah, I love United. I'll be there cheering on the boys. Come on! United! Hey! I said your love, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Thanks very much for watching the video. You can also follow me on these other social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, plenty of fish. Oh yeah! Thanks to everybody who gets involved, comments, likes, shares, subscribes. Subscribing is the main thing. It costs you nothing, and why wouldn't you want to do it? This is ManUtd VanCam.